Good morning, students. So today I'll be discussing in connection with the working of automatic lathes. And in the working of automatic lathes, we need to understand what are the different types of automatic lathes. And in that, basically, we are going to discuss with construction and working of single spindle automats, and the second one is multi spindle automats. So in the multi spindle we have got two types. One is called as a parallel action automatics, and the second one is a progressive action automatic machines. And also the difference between the capstan and automats. That means in the previous session, before I proceed with the today's session, in the previous session we have discussed in connection with the difference between capstan and turret lathes, and also the definition of automatic lathes, and to some extent the classification. But after that we require to understand actually, that means what is the construction and working of important types of automatic lathes being commonly used in industries. Okay, so let us start with the single spindle automats. So in a single spindle automats, whatever on the screen which you are going to see, that is called as a Swiss type automatic screw machine. Okay, so sometimes this machine is called also known as a sliding headstock machine. Because why it is called as a sliding headstock, you are going to see the parts there. One, you are going to see the sliding headstock here. You can have a view of a sliding headstock, and this is the stock tube which is made to enter within the whole hollow portion of the headstock. So the tool bracket is there, which is going to carry different tools. Okay, and special attachment is there through which it is possible to see that the operation is done on a given bar stock. Okay, this is known as a sliding headstock machine because the headstock is movable and the tools are fixed. Whatever the tools here you are going to see, that means the tool bracket which is going to hold the tools are fixed. Okay, that is the main construction here. And these machines are used for machining long accurate parts of small diameters. Basically these machines are designed for the purpose of machining the diameter up to 25 millimeters. Okay, and it consists of a sliding headstock which I have told with collet chuck. It is going to be provided with the collet chuck, tool bracket, guide bush, bell cam, tool cams, and some special attachment which you are going to see on the sketch there. So let us understand in detail about this now. As the name implies, in this machine the headstock is movable and tools are fixed. Just I have told, because the headstock is having a hollow portion within inside with the collet chuck. So as the bar stock is fed, okay, from the left side to the right side, when it reaches to a certain distance, there is automatic locking system is there. Once a particular distance of the workpiece is moved towards the tool there. So these machines used for machining long accurate parts of diameter 2 to 25 millimeters. Bar stock is held in a rotating collet. The collet is made to rotate in a headstock, and all longitudinal feeds are obtained by cam which moves entire headstock as unit. The entire headstock itself is made to move there. Okay, rotating bar stock is fed through a hard bushing in center of tool head. That means at the center what happens, the rotating bar stock is fed. Okay, tool head consists of 5 single point tools placed radially around bushings. Okay, all these tools are being kept. Okay, mostly diameter turning is done by 2 horizontal slides. Okay, actually there are 5 tool holders, okay, which can accommodate 5 tools there, single point tools. And in the 5 tools, 2 tools are horizontal. Okay, and other 3 slides used for operations such as knurling, chamfering, cutoff. Okay, generally because these 2 tools which are there can be used for the turning operations. Tools are controlled and positioned by cams that bring the tool in as needed to turn, face, form, cut off workpiece from the bar as it emerges from bushing. Close tolerances up to point maximum is 0.0012 5 millimeters are obtained. So this is how it is going to function. So that is what you are going to see here clearly. The workpiece is fed like this. This is provided with the collet chuck. So as the workpiece reaches to a certain distance, it gets locked and the tool bracket is going to hold 5 tools. Okay, out of that 2 tools will perform the turning operation and the remaining 3 tools will perform the other operations, so that it can be possible to carry out the operation very quickly there. That is the main plus point here. And in case of a multi-spindle automatic lathes, what happens? Okay, so these are considered to be the fastest type. These are considered to be the fastest type of production machines and are made in a variety of models with 2, 4, 5, 6, 8 spindles. So that depends. That is why it is called as a multi-spindle. So why it is called as a multi-spindle? The number of spindles are more than one. In the previous section, we have discussed in the previous this one slide, we have discussed in connection with the single spindle automat, where only one bar stock is fed from the left side through a hollow headstock. Remember, okay? So as it is made to move, it is made to move only in a single spindle there. So here there is a provision of multi spindles. So thereby it is possible to go for more than one workpiece production very fast. That is the main idea here. In contrast with the single spindle machine, where one turret face at a time is working on one spindle, in multi-spindle machine, all turret faces works on all spindles at the same time. So this is the plus point. That is what I am telling. The different spindles are made to rotate. Okay, and each spindle will be provided with the different cutting tools at a time. That is the where definitely the production rate is higher compared to the single spindle. Again, production capacity is higher, machining accuracy is lower compared to the single spindle. This is one of the drawbacks you can consider. As far as the production rate is concerned, the production rate is very good, but there is the machining accuracy is less compared to the single spindle automatic lathes because of longer setup time. Because what happens here, in a multi spindle we require to take all the necessary corrections or all the necessary requirement to be carried out, so that different tools are mounted correctly as per the requirement, so as to carry out the machining operation correctly on different workpieces which are mounted on different spindles. So that is why definitely the setup time is more. Increased tooling cost, definitely the number of tools which we are going to use are more, and the tooling cost also increases. Okay, machines are less economical than other on short runs, more economical for longer runs. Okay, if at all the production rate is used for more number of jobs, so multi spindle automatic lathes are definitely cheaper compared to the single spindle automats. So in a multi spindle automatics are classified into 2 types here. So what are the 2 types? One is called as the parallel action automatics machines, and the second one is a progressive action automatic machines. Now let us understand how the parallel action automatic machining operation is going to take place. So in this type of machine, same operation is performed on each spindle. Workpiece is finished in each spindle in one working cycle. Try to understand here. So as you are going to see to the right side very clearly, say this is called as a front tool slide, which is having all these different tools, and the rear tool slide having again tools like this, and these are the workpieces which are mounted into the spindle. So what happens here, the workpieces which are mounted in a spindle are made to rotate, and both the slides, front slide and tool slides, are made to be fed in either directions, in opposite directions, and the machining will take place very faster. Okay, that is the main concept here. It means that number of components being machined is equal to number of spindles in machine. So whatever the operation is there, how many spindles are there, so many workpieces are being produced. Rate of production is very high, and machine can be used to machine simply parts only, since all the machining processes are done at one position only. This is the main this one here. See what is going to happen here is rate of production is high and machine can be used to machine simple parts only. It is used only for the simple parts. We cannot go for the complicated part production. Okay, these machines are usually automatic cutting off bar type machines used to perform same work as single spindle automatic cut off machines. Very simple thing to understand. See, in a single spindle automats, only one workpiece is produced, but whereas in this case it is possible to go for as many number of spindles. How many spindles are there, so many workpieces can be generated at a time. The operation, whatever the operation, type of operation which is performed is not a complicated one. The job produced is not a complicated one, but it is possible to go for the mass production of identical jobs depending upon the number of spindles present in a machine. Now here in the sketch I have shown the 4 spindles. You can go 6, 8, that depends upon the capacity of a machine. Just we are showing with only the simple working principle here. Okay, machine consists of frame with headstock at right end. Horizontal work spindles that are arranged one above the other are housed in this headstock. See, what we are going to do here is horizontal work spindles that are arranged one above the other are housed in this headstock. Here one headstock is coming, second one, third one, like this. First, second, third and 4 headstocks are arranged, okay, where the workpiece is fed. Cross slides are located at right and left hand sides of spindle and carry cross feeding tools. All working and auxiliary motions of the machine unit are obtained from cam mounted on a shaft. That is what you are going to see very clearly. Cam operated, these are called as a cam operated machines, where the number of workpieces produced are more compared to your single spindle automats. So these are called as a parallel action. The reason is all these tools which you are going to see here, whatever the tools are fed at a time, that is the, so that so many workpieces, how many spindles are there, so many workpieces can be produced at a time here. That is the main concept here. Okay, now let us understand about the progressive action automatic lathes. Progressive action, see what we are going to do here is depending upon the number of spindles, it is possible that the blanks, means workpieces, are clamped in each spindle and are machined progressively in station after one after the other. Okay, so what is the requirement here? The spindles carry the collets and the bars from which workpieces are machined. The bar stock is fed through each spindle from the rear side. Okay, a 6 spindle action, whichever you are going to see, it is having the 6 spindles here. You're going to see here 6 spindles. We are going to start from here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Okay, all these spindles which we have shown there. So here let us understand in detail about that now. In this design of machine, the workpiece is machined in states and progressively in station after station. That means one after the other the operation takes place. Headstock is mounted on left end of the base machine. It is mounted to the left side. Remember, it carries a spindle carrier which rotates about a horizontal axis through the center of machine. Through the center of machine only it is made to rotate. Working spindles are mounted on this spindle carriers. Okay, spindles carry collets and bars from which workpieces are machined. Bar stock is fed through each spindle from rear side. Okay, on face of the spindle carrier support are mounted. Okay, cross slides which carry tools for operations such as cut off, turning, facing, forming, chamfering, etc. So you need to understand here one important thing. Okay, the headstock is mounted at the left end of the base which contains the spindle carrier. Independent side tool slides are provided on both sides of the spindle carrier. The end tool slide which accommodates tooling for all the spindles travels on the spindle carrier stem. The number of these slides equal to the number of spindles. That is the main idea here. As shown in the figure, a 6-spindle progressive action, okay, is going to take place. That means it is possible to carry out the machining operation one after the other. Okay, the spindle carrier indexes on its 60 degrees, because once a particular operation is carried out here, suppose a particular operation is carried out here, it goes to the next, then it comes to the next like this. This is called as a indexing, rotating through 60 degrees at each tool retraction. As the spindle carrier indexes, so this is as the spindle carrier indexes means rotates, indexing means rotates, it carries the work from station to station where various tools operate on it. So what happens here is basically, just I'll be explaining to you clearly here. Once again I'll make it clarify. This, whatever you are going to see, the circular one, this is called as a spindle carrier. It is provided with, as you are going to see very clearly here, this is called as a spindle carrier. Spindle carrier is nothing but one which carries the spindles, okay, and in these spindles there are workpieces which are held with the help of a collet chuck. Here we are only going to discuss about the working principle of it. So what is going to happen? So you are going to have the workpieces being mounted here. See what happens, it comes, first of all, the workpiece which is mounted here, okay, whatever the workpiece that is mounted here at the first station, some operation is being carried out by this tool, then it gets indexed to 60 degrees, it goes to the next operation, then it comes to the next, like this it comes completely, and finally the workpiece is taken off. That is called as by using the cutting off operation. Okay, it carries the work from station to station where various tools operate on it. The stock moves round the circle in counterclockwise direction from station to station, okay, and returns to the station number 6 for cutting off. A finished component is obtained at each time the spindle carrier indexes. Whenever the indexing is going to take place, because it is a continuous operation, so as it comes to the last station, cutting off means what? Once that particular length of that job is fixed, automatic cutting off operation takes place, and it is being held in a suitable material handling box where it can be taken away for the final inspection or whatever is there. This is how it is called as a progressive action, because it is called as a progressive action because the machining operation is carried out one after the other. That is why it is called as a progressive action. So now what are the features of this? Let us understand. Number of slides is equal to number of spindles. How many slides are there? So many spindles are there. Main tools end tile extends from middle of this support. Feed of each tool, both cross slide and end tool slides, is controlled by its own individual cams. Okay, here the entire controlling of the cutting tool is carried out by the cam and follower mechanism. In this diagram, spindle carrier indexes on its own axis 60 degrees at each cutting tool retraction. That means it is made to rotate through an angle of 60 degrees because it is having 6 tools there. As a spindle carrier indexes, it carries work from one station to another station where different tools operate on work. Just I have explained about that. See, the workpiece is made to the index. This is the spindle carrier which you are going to see here. This is the spindle carrier. Okay, this is made to index and it will start going to the next station by station like that. So totally you will be having around six different operations also can also be done. That depends. Okay, so as the spindle carrier indexes, it carries work from one station to another station where different tools operate on work. Stock moves around the circle in counterclockwise direction, returns to station number 6 for cutting off. It does, finally it is made to rotate in a counterclockwise once the operation is finished. Okay, then it can be taken out by using the operation known as a cutting off operation. Now let us understand the most important part, and this is the last concept in the chapter number 2 here, lathe and lathe machines, types of lathe machines, difference between capstan and automatic lathes. What is the difference? Because in the previous session we have discussed about the difference between capstan and turret lathes, and also to some extent the engine lathes, but we need to understand now in the today's concept. Let us discuss about the capstan and automatic lathes. Okay, in the left side you are going to see the capstan lathe column, and in the right side you are going to see the automatic lathes. So as we know very well, whether it is a capstan or turret lathe, there is no much difference. We have already discussed in detail, in length, while describing those types of lathe machines. So in case of a capstan lathe, the headstock is fixed. There is no question of moving of the headstock. Headstock is fixed only, but whereas in automatic lathes, the headstock is made to move, okay, towards this one tools there. That is the only difference. Single spindle machines, capstan lathe are having single spindles, but whereas in automatics you can have multiple spindle automats are available, where the number of workpieces accommodated can be more here. And in capstan lathe, single spindle with single turret, it is having only single spindle with single turret, means which can accommodate 6 tools there. But here you can have multi spindle with multi turret possibility is there in automatic lathes. Low rate of production in capstan lathe, but whereas in case of automatics, high rate of production, because you are going to have more than one workpiece production at a time. Here this is non-automatic, this is also semi-automatic and fully automatic, means the automatic lathes are available in two forms, semi-automatic lathes and fully automatic lathes. But whereas in capstan lathe, what happens, they are non-automatic. But sixth difference is low rate of production. The production rate is lower because you are going to have a production of only one type of job at a time. But whereas in case of automatic lathes, high rate of production is there, and the last difference is higher production cost, but whereas this is the lower production cost. So this higher production cost and lower production cost will come into existence depending upon the number of jobs to be produced, its complexity, etc. So many factors are there. But if you compare the production cost straight away, then we can say the production cost of particular job which can be produced on a capstan lathe is higher compared to the automatic lathes. So these are the different types of automatic lathe machines which are commonly used in industries, but nowadays all these are being replaced by NC and CNC machines. Nowadays almost in industries there is a replacement of these machines by fully automatic machines. So in the considering the today's session, you require to write the answers for all these questions here, which you are going to see. Sketch and explain the working of single spindle automatic. So you can ask in examination, sketch and explain the working of single spindle automatic lathes. Second question is sketch and explain the working of multiple spindle automatics. So when this question is asked, sketch and explain the working of single spindle automatics, which you already discussed, the first type, that is Swiss type automatic screw machine, that you can write, you have to write with the sketch, you can explain the working of that. And if the second question is asked, sketch and explain the working of multiple spindle, because in multiple spindle you are having two types there, one is parallel action and the second one is progressive action. So that is why you have to decide whether you are going to write the parallel action or progressive action. Any one of the this one figures you have to draw and explain with sketch. That is very, very important to get the marks in the examination. These are the expected questions which are going to be asked in the examinations. Okay, and along with this I am also going to attach a very important videos in connection with the working of the single spindle or multi spindle automatic lathes, and every student has to go through this complete video for better understanding of the concepts. Okay.